Okay, everybody, let's go. Exhibition matches, the CCL. We have the donkeys against the elephants, aka the blue team against the red team. So what you're going to see now is a best of 3 series between two of the teams of players that want to play in the CCL. These are exhibition matches that were actually broadcast. We're casting those from replays here today, where the players wanted to just show off their skills a little bit so that they can show organizations, hey, I'm awesome, pick me, pick me, pick me. So yeah, let's go over this real quickly. On the left side, we have Sammy, aka Ty, on Vala. We got Olora on Kalthas, Banana H on Malfurion, Cattle on ETC, Jay Shifts on Urel, and over to the right side of the map, Mena playing Gul'dan with Kid on Garrosh, Dainsky on Junkrat, Kyoja on Leoric, and Hebi is playing Stukov. And you might have already seen a couple of the games that I casted previously where we had the NA European in-house matches. This is pretty much the extended version of it. So we have North American players in here, we have European players in here, and we have, of course, also a bit of Korean representation in this particular game. And it's actually kind of fun. But as I said before, this is all played out on the North American server, which means that all the non-NA players obviously have some delay and ping that they have to deal with. Usually that ranges between 120 and 140. So it's a pretty, like, you can play, but it definitely impacts the style that you're going to use. So a lot of these quick reactions aren't going to be possible for the players from Europe and Korea in this case. But they've been playing under those circumstances for a while now, adjusted the play a bit, sometimes focused a bit more onto the macro side. There's a lot of things that really play into all of this, but it should be kind of fun over here. So we're going to check this one out. We got all up at the top. Urel is already sitting tight here. We have our 4-man rotation down here at the bottom. And in terms of talents, got the body check on level 1 here for Garrosh. We also got the Echoed Corruption coming in, and the rotation straight up down to the bottom of the map with Dauntless coming in with the level 1 for Urel, Mana Addict obviously for Kalthas, even though Mena doesn't play the hero over here. But yeah, we got Mena on a little bit of mage action back. He's been playing a little bit more, has also been streaming, and quite a lot of these boys actually stream, so there's some pretty cool stuff with that. But yeah, let's check out what's gonna happen in this series. Again, this is actually a best of 3 that has been played now, so the teams will stay the same for the duration of all of this. Yeah, but time to shine. Level 4 is already in for the elephants over here, as they are starting to make the play. We got all the way up at the top the rotation from Leo continuing, and Urel actually has to hurry up a bit to make that work now. Obviously, since we are on Infernal Shrines, this is going to be a normal standard build for Vala with multi-shot coming through. I would assume that later on 16 and 20 we're still going to see some auto-attack talents spiced into the mix, but you want to have that AoE that the multi-shot provides you for the objective. It helps you with the objective clear itself, it helps you with the damage output against the opponent's team. So in this map, absolutely normal to see Vala's standard build here. If you're playing Battlefield, then it's the arrow build that we're seeing most of the time. And that's pretty much the only 2 builds that are really viable on the hero until we hit the later levels. Yeah, with that said, on level 1, proc rock for ETC, so it's gonna... Ooh, an ETC also with the slide. He has a lockdown right away, so trying to use 2 of their heroes to get the target locked down a little bit harder. As we are starting to slowly but steadily work on objective number 1. Junkrat has now pushed out the top, and I gotta say that the donkeys have not taken their camp, so Urel is sitting topside now, dealing with the Shaman camp, but that's of course a bit of a macro advantage for the elephants at this point. And yeah, obviously the elephants didn't forget that. I mean, as if an elephant could, even if they tried. So they remembered. The blue team is a bit late to that party, therefore, and are now only with 4 heroes present here in the middle, and that leads to a massive lead on objective stacks for the elephants, and they're gonna have an easy time locking in objective number 1, which, to be fair, the blue team has already decided, well, we're not gonna win this one, let's just let this one slide and just defend. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. We got level 7 talents in, which give us also the targeted excision, and for Gul'dan, Mena heading into the Consume Soul and the Hunger for Power right over here. Yeah, and now of course the bait over the wall, trying to take the Punisher down. This is a frozen Punisher, so they could push with it, decide against it. Actually try and set something up against Vala at the bottom of the map, but Sammy so forth doing well and gets out. Nice. Alright. Yeah, Sammy is always, I mean, Tai has so many accounts now that we are also adding the North American Smurf accounts on top of that list. It's actually beginning to be a little bit difficult to keep track with everybody's account names here. Obviously on the European server alone that was sometimes a bit tricky, since you had a lot of different accounts coming through, and as most of them are also then used and switched out in tournaments, that sometimes makes it a bit difficult. But now we have more names coming in as everybody starts to create names or accounts on the North American server to participate in these games. So yeah, things are a little bit tricky these days. But either way, we got so far not a single kill. 5 minutes in, and both teams have been quite cautious. So nobody is overextending too hard. Both teams seem to be in a state where they just want to try and play this out slowly. Thanks to the Shaman camp taken earlier on by the Elephants, they were able to secure themselves an easy objective. Didn't really have to fight for it, since it was a 5 versus 4 the entire time. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the map, Dansky the one to lock in the camp for the team. His displacement that he can bring to the table is of course something that Malfurion and Khaldor in particular have to watch out for later on. The stacking continues. That's not only true for Mene, who's still working on the Echoed Corruption as much as he can. Of course, around level 16, when he gets his Ruinous Affliction, he wants to be done with that and wants to really get that punchy damage out. But we have 12 stacks for Khaldor, who's working on his shield. You try to complete that before level 10 roughly. And for ETC, we also got our Procro stack slowly but steadily coming into play. And right now, the first ults are out, and that gives us not only Haunt, which is, or in this case, Horrify, Haunt potentially later. Horrify for Mene to make the Gul'dan plays. We also have, of course, Entomb, and that's going to be the big game changer after level 20. But here we go, level 10 on both sides, and this is really the moment. Oh, Pyroblast! Alright. Yeah, Pyroblast against the setup over here. Let's see if he gets value out of that. No Phoenix play. We got Strafe for some extra damage, and at least topside now a bit of a pressure play with the Shaman camp. It's gonna lock Kyoja down a little bit longer here on Leoric. But they are starting to try for a bit of an interrupt. So a little bit of an Admiral Akbar moment here. Setting up some traps. Doesn't really work out just yet. Heavy was checking the bush, and you have always Junkrat around. They can also drop a couple of grenades here. So it's a really cautious game. And I gotta say, there's a lot of rotational plays going on the entire time. We've seen a couple of macro setups around the first objective. Second one is gonna spawn bot side. But you can tell that both of the teams are very reluctant to engage in fights yet. So both of them are very heavily trying to focus instead on setting the map up for the next objective and then going into a team fight. And again, the Elephants walk away with a better camp timing. So they now pin down Urel at the top side a little bit further. Leo is going to take one more minion wave down and then make the rotation. And even Khaldor is now working top side. He's trying to help out Urel so that he can burn the Shaman camp down as quickly as possible and then rotate down. But with the Shrine activating right now, it honestly feels like we're going to see another Punisher taken by the Elephants without even having to try. So this isn't really, I don't know, this isn't really the best setup that we have. I like that the blue team is pretty much deciding that instead of going for the objective, as they are already at the top, they're now going to try and take some structures down. And I gotta call out that the Elephants haven't really set anybody here to defend, so they didn't see this coming. They're now sending heroes topside, but you can tell the wall is down, and this is quite a bit of damage that was now done. So kudos to the donkeys. That was actually a pretty decent play. Was making the best out of a bad situation, and they might even get a little bit more. They're trying to go for the kill against Garrosh, but instead Urel gets flipped in. This is a 5-man setup. Arcane Punisher at the bot lane was already taken. Here comes Malfurion, keeping the boys alive, as we see Dansky and Kyoja moving in with Junkrat and Leo. And there it is, Entomb, baby. But Banana H is about to walk out and is able to make it out without any problems. The Punisher is of course active at the bottom of the map and is about to take down the fort. So despite the good efforts at the top lane, it's not going to be an even trade. The red team is already ahead with the Talon. They have a slight experience lead. And now thanks to the Punisher moving straight through the bot lane, they are likely going to take down the wall. And thanks to at least some heroes that have to react to all of this happening at the bottom of the map, rotating down, we have at the top a big lead now and an opportunity for the Elephants as they're starting to go through the wall here too. So they actually trade really well in structures. They lost the wall at their own fort at the top, they lost a couple of hit points, but they destroyed the entire setup at the bottom of the map. and they're still pushing topside. So far, so good. Also, bit of a variation here for Kyoja on Leo. We've seen it in the past, it's not like it's unheard of, but Spectral Leech is in, so not going for a Wraithwalk setup over here. Nearly a completed quest also on ETC by now, and the same is also true for, well, actually, Khaldor has already completed his, but of course wants to increase that shield and the mana pool a little bit more by trying to get those as well, and that's what we're very likely going to see later on. Level 13 gave us the Violent Reaction for Stukov, one of his most important talents, pretty much the talent to take whenever you play the hero, since it allows so much more CC and really synergy with the rest of the team if you're trying to lock a target down and blow it out of the waters. Leo is doing the job top side. Over here again, they're fighting for the camp. Riptire, a little bit of damage as the Horrify, and Tai is down. Mena gets murdered by the Pyroblast, would have probably died there anyways, but here we go. We have a mosh pit, baby, and ETC gets wrecked. Yeah, first big fight in this game, so let's check that out again. I mean, at first we see Mena taking out Vala, then he himself gets also eliminated, and the mosh pit was good, but a lot of the damage was already eliminated with Vala gone, and therefore that didn't really turn into a better situation for the blue team. Instead, they lost a few additional heroes, they lost Khaldor, they lost ETC over here, so a 3-for-1 trade in favor of the Elephants, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Get the Mithril Mace over here for the mace to the face from Leo. And they're starting to control this a little bit better. You can tell from the experience lead in general, 3 kills against 1 isn't insane, but thanks to forts taken down on every single lane and camp stolen away too, the red team is starting to walk pretty heavily away over here. So they're kind of doing well with this. Over here now, a little bit more poke happening. As long as level 16 isn't ready for the donkeys, they're very likely just playing defense and not going to try and engage or set a fight up or anything. But with a double camp pushing through the middle now, you can tell that this is gonna be a bit tricky to handle. And Urel has to also help out at the top where another minion wave is pushing through. You want to keep those structures in play for as long as you can. And in we go. So with that, we have a little bit more damage coming through. 17 against 15. It's only a 2-level lead that we're talking about right now. Oh, nice! Sammy going out. There's the flip. And rip! As Banana Age gets burned down by Junkrat. Good move by Dansky, following it up immediately on the setup. Well played. And yeah, that's an easy one. So now we have 4-1 kills. Objective is popping up. Mena with a Horrify! And that could be the kill. And it is the kill. Nice grenade connect from Junkrat. And the Ragdoll gets just thrown across the screen here. And that should be keep. They can poke away with Mena and with Junkrat quite easily. They still have a catapult and a bit more in the mid lane. So a free keep for the Elephants. And Leo has now moved up to the top side and is starting to take the objective, of course, too. Down here, we have Vala at least with the Manticore pick. But Sammy is in a bit of trouble. Tai, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of him one way or another. You can run, baby, but you can't hide. So, yeah. Vala is trying to buy a little bit of time. It doesn't really help them, though. And, yeah. I'm not sure if he's gonna die. Is that enough? Yeah, okay, that's enough. Vala down! One keep has been eliminated, as I said. Topside Kyoja is obviously taking advantage of the situation and is starting to burn all of this down, but they are looking fantastic over here. So we got 14,000 damage as the top damage on the blue team side. The donkey is not really showing any teeth just yet. If you compare that to what we're seeing from Mena and his boys, and the Elephants are just looking a little bit better here. With 30,000 damage now coming in from Gul'dan, 15k from Junkrat. And there's the Mortar Punisher taken, as Dansky with his Junkrat is still working on the Shaman camp all the way up at the top. So it's starting to get a bit difficult for the donkeys. You gotta be careful here. Now they have the same talent, that's at least one thing that they can rely upon in the next fight, but saving the keep is going to be a struggle. And since you already lost one in the middle, it's going to put you into a very, very bad spot when it comes down to regaining map control. So right here we have the attack coming through the top side. Push in the middle is also started to set up. 6 kills to 1, half a level missing until 20. And can they get the kill against ETC? They might. That's a real problem for him. Cattle, oh, in trouble, and he's down. Kettle down, Kyoja misses the Entomb. Again, need to highlight the ping disadvantage here, of course, once again. We have also Kalthas destroyed, and well, that might just be all she wrote, ladies. Banana Age gets booped away and is also dead, and that's another follow-up kill. It's pretty much a 5-man wipe at this point. Tai the only survivor. But they don't even focus on him. Actually just push him out of the way. Get the hell out of here. And that's the lead for the Elephants, ladies and gentlemen. The red team takes the advantage in the best of 3 series here at the CCL exhibition matches. GG, well played. Game number 2. Well, the Elephants, they won the first round, but the Donkeys are eager to come back into this. We have on the left side Sammy, aka Tai, our European player for the blue team on Kira. We got Cattle on Muradin, repping NA over here. Aurora on Liming, Banana H on Lucio, and J Shifts, that's by the way not JPL in case that you were wondering, is playing Samuro. And over to the right side of the map, Mene on Hanzo. We got Dainsky on Genji. The Shimada brothers are together, once again united. Heibi on Ana. We got a Kid on ETC. And Kyoja is playing Imperius. So, let's rock and roll. I am a little bit as surprised as you probably are, but I enjoy that during the last 10 days we've seen Genji a few times again. Now, just to be clear here, I don't want to see him in every single game again like we had in the times of HEC, but it's kind of cool that we have at least sometimes a Genji player making a bit of a reappearance and trying to give the boys the blade. So, yeah. Talking about blades, we have someone else who also wants to go for the blade here, and that is Samuro with a way of the blade that we have now for him. So that's going to be neat and sexy. So yeah, let's check that out. Level 1 also, the Force Armor, and for Cattle, the Dwarf block over here. As he's fighting it out with Dainsky right at the beginning of all of this. Top side, we have our setup with Samuro going up against Kyoja. And wait, what? Li Ming goes down. She just got Hanzo'd or Menet, depending on how you want to look at it. Part of that, of course, only possible because the blue team has sent a few additional heroes topside to take the camp here. But still, gotta say that I didn't see that one coming. That should not have happened. Now, of course, you're up against 4 at the bottom of the map, and they're already going for structures, but that is still a bit dicey. So, in we go. Now, these are, as I said, exhibition matches, and I have to make a bit of a confession. I think we're gonna find that out soon. I don't really know how exactly they're tracking this. Now, these are best of 3 series, but I'm not 100% certain if they are just playing all 3 games out, if it's a score thing. Yeah, so I don't know if it's actually a best of 3 in the sense that whoever wins 2 maps first takes it, or if they just play 3 maps and take it from there. I actually think that because it's exhibition matches, they're playing all 3 maps. I guess we're gonna find out here eventually, and I'll let you guys know later, but that's something, yeah, that would make way more sense than just simply having a potential 2-0. So, yeah, it could be interesting to check that out. Will do. But for now, we have Prokrok on level 1 again. Genji, careful. Banana H is already a little bit low. If you could get a reset there, that would be great. Sammy is coming in again. That is a little bit too deep, my friend. Kira is down, and that's 2 kills, 2-0 right now. Okay, so yeah, off we go. All the way up at the top. We have a little bit of a push coming in, but nothing too crazy here just yet. Now again, guys, as we're heading into this, if you want to support the Heroes of the Storm coverage on the channel, on YouTube, and the continuous upload of videos there, you can always support me on patreon.com/Khaldor. Would be very much appreciated if you can actually do that. Of course, big shout out also to everybody that already supports the channel here. You guys make it possible to upgrade the stream continuously, get new stuff in, like the Insta replays, like additional overlays, and just better webcam equipment, audio equipment, and whatnot. So big shout out to that. Wouldn't be possible without you, and would have also slowed down the video uploads on the channel significantly. So big shout out. And again, if you thought in the past about supporting it, would be awesome if you could. And if not, that's fine as well. So, as we're heading into the first Immortal phase, we actually have the blue team already setting up the defense here. Cattle actually went into the Reverberation over here, so likely gonna see a bit of a different setup on level 13 for him, and not the traditional healing static plays that we're seeing. And we also have a bit of an adjustment here with the Dragon Claw, so a little bit more damage through Genji in those burst situations. But the blue team is running defense right now. So they are actually running defense at this point. We have on level 4 the deflection set up for Samuro. And the Samuro pick in particular is still a little bit on the odd side. You really have to play that macro style later on in the game if you want to get good value out of it. And we're going to find out if they can do that or not. But Tai is getting aggressive, and he's actually getting punished for this. Every single time he starts to make those engages, they're trying to lock him down, and this is a prime example of when the blue team just goes in a bit too deep, the red team sees an opportunity, turns it quickly, and then comes in with a kill. So the Elephants right now slightly ahead with 3 kills to 0 as we're starting into this. The Donkeys, yeah, they are struggling a bit over here in the early game. They need a few kills, and well, maybe even focusing on the objective itself might be the right play for them right now, but with the level 7 talent being this close for the Elephants, this could become tricky. So let's see what they can do. The draft in general seems to be quite a bit more well-rounded for the Elephants right now, but time will tell if the Donkeys are able to make a comeback here. Khaldor at least connects a few additional Storm Bolts, and that helps him with his baseline quest, but the first objective is taken, and that's a lock for the Elephants as they are taking it. They also have the level 7 talent. Oh, Li Ming, careful. That could have been a kill here, but was able to get away. Also Lucy helping out a bit there too. Now the level 7 talents continue the arrow build for Hanzo, and Mene is of course doing his best here to chip that damage in with the scatter shots the entire time. We have them moving topside now with the talent advantage and an immortal. There's a level 7 talents finally for the Donkeys, but of course already a bit late. There's the Calamity. After on level 1, on level 4, we've seen all the dominance now taken. In addition to that, a little bit more jumping impact from Khaldor as he goes for the heavy impact on the Dwarf. But it really seems like this fort is going to fall. That's a level lead that they have already. Maybe they can save it somehow, but even if they do, it's going to be really, really low. That's a good damage output here, and that could be a rotation at any point in time that takes this thing down. So, good opening from the Elephants over here. Oh, Samuro barely getting away, but yep, they did not forget about him. Nope, Samuro goes down. The Elephants coming in with a big brain and, yeah, making sure that Samuro dies eventually. The Donkeys, then again, yeah, they are trying. But I really feel that that Samuro pick also sets them back a little bit. If you compare on the other side the amount of CC that is simply added by having ETC and Imperius at the front, and then you see on the blue team side only Muradin really supplying those stuns, you can already tell that this is not going to be as easy for them. If they can, once the map opens up, take advantage of Samuro a little bit more, that would be something that could help them to gain control over the map in the later stages. We got the crushing blow now over on Samuro. And in the meantime, a little fight at the bottom of the map, where we have a 4 versus 3 situation in favor of the Donkeys. So, top side, the fort has been taken out. Dainsky and the camp, that's all that was really needed here. Samuro is still sitting tight, of course. But now that half level is only missing for the Elephants to get the level 10, you can kind of see where this is going objective-wise. At least the halftime show should be a freebie for the Elephants here. So I don't think that anything too crazy is going to happen here. Unless, of course, there's someone that oversteps now and gets taken out. That can always happen, but that's more one of those screwed-up moments. Yeah, Khaldor doesn't connect the Stormbolt here either. But again, Li Ming might have been able to get a combo off, but that was then about it. Kira wasn't even near close enough to make a difference there. But level 10 abilities are in, and this is where it starts to become a little bit dangerous. We got the Nano Boost for Ana, we got the Arrow out, X-Strike for Genji, Mosh Pit. And now the blue team will have to fall back and just try and get the experience there. They have Samuro at the top, they have Kira at the bottom. They should pick it up quickly enough, and they do. But they start to lose some points on the objective here, so that's definitely a problem. Now that we have on level 10, the Illusion Master, it's time to rumble. We got also Muradin with his own ult. Of course, Sound Barrier is through for Lucio. And Lucio starting to make his way in. Banana H, Semi coming in from behind here, trying to put pressure on Ana. Missing the damage though, and that's a bit of a problem. They went in deep for this one. Goes in with the ult too, but doesn't do enough to get a kill. And Tai is in trouble. Tai needs to be careful here. Yeah, J shifts on Samuro, is starting to drop Ana. And actually, that was a close one. But Samuro, oh baby, 60 HP and he gets away. That could be the first kill though. Kyoja is still alive. What? gets out. Nicely done by them, saving Imperius in that situation. That was a big fight with not a single kill here. So that was a bit crazy. I have to say that I expected at least 1 or 2 heroes to fall in that setup. First of all, we had Samura actually doing a great job in the backline, and then of course Genji looking for kills, Kira coming in, and nobody falling. But you look at the shield on the Immortal and whew, this one is gonna hurt. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky to take down. I think with all the damage that we've seen at the front wall and of course the structure itself, there is no doubt that this fort will fall. It would blow my mind if they could somehow hold this. Sammy is setting himself up at the side and hopes to maybe flank in, take Ana down, but chances of that happening are pretty slim. It's 11 against 11, so there's no talent advantage involved here. But Tai is really playing with fire as he's starting to make his way in at this point. So we'll see. They are starting to make their way towards the keep, and everybody is about to move in from behind. So they're going for a bit of a pincer movement over here, trying to set the Stormbolt up again. So far, so good. And Tabi is in trouble. Uses the Gladiator's Medallion as he's trying to get out here. Another combo, and there's the kill. Kira this time, connecting the ult, and there's the follow-up as Samuro comes through, takes Hanzo down. Bit of a 1 versus 1 scenario down here, as Sammy misses some of the damage. Swift Strike, and Dainski. Oh, run, baby, run! Run, little horsey! Is he gonna get out? No, he's not. Gets taken down by Lucio, adding insult to injury. Not only did he died to Lucio. Oh my god. But then again, talking about dying and doing damage, top fort is gone, bottom fort is gone, and the keep has taken significant damage. So they might have lost a few heroes in the last encounter, and that definitely gives experience to the donkeys who have now taken the EXP lead. But we still are looking at a scenario where at least map control is fully in the hands of the elephants. Yeah, they've definitely taken over here. And Mena is now starting to take all of this up at the top. But there we go. I gotta say though, the bottom fight was a really good one for the donkeys. They had that punchy kick with their hind legs as they come in, and apparently this time they connected properly on the nose of the elephants here. So now that we have the level 13 talents, they even have a talent advantage. Might just be for a couple of seconds, but hey, it's there. So as expected, the Bronzebeard Rage is in. Illusionist has also been taken. We got the Pulsing Pain. Ooh, arrow, big arrow. Yeah, not the European style over here. Mene gets also caught by the Stormbolt, and that might actually be the end of him. Wow. Hebe saves him. Nice. Ana with the connect here. So far, so good. So they didn't lose the hero. But what else are we gonna get on the defense? I don't really think too much. I mean, there's 4 of them here. Imperius is starting to rotate in from the top. So that's that. We got also the Way of the Shimada for Genji right now. And it's camp time. Okay, right now, the blue team has to really win something. They need to win an Immortal. If they don't win an Immortal here, they are losing more ground on the map. They will likely lose a keep, and they can't really afford to do that as long as still every single fort stands for the elephants. So that's another big, big problem over here. Mene is riding around on a rat, by the way. That rat bastard. Playing some rat Dota over here. Okay. I mean, I would have understood if our little Frenchie over here would have hopped around on a frog or something, but apparently they don't include them. I have to talk to him, honestly. We both agreed a long time ago that the money pick is just the best mount in the game, and I can only assume that he doesn't have it on the NA account, or he would use it. But yeah, I have to talk. I have to have a serious talk with Mena. Like, it's just not okay. It's not okay. You can't just betray the money pick like that. That doesn't really happen. But again, everybody is poking around the Immortal, and this is one of the important ones. If you lose this, if the blue team loses this, they're going to lose way more control over the map here. So they need to be a bit more aggressive around this and really hope to get that kill in. But as I said before, it's a little bit of a tricky one. They really need for Tai to pop off in the fight or Samuro to have a big impact here. Only 1 stun available for them, and Cattle at the front is doing what he can. He's sitting at 24 stacks, so 1 more Stormbolt connecting would help him out with the cooldown reduction on auto attacks and also Pierce. But Samuro has to split from the team the entire time because he's trying to defend the top. And in the meantime, Sammy and Banana H are trying to angle in from behind because they're all looking for Ana. They want to take Ana down. There's the Stormbolt. Genji Swift strikes in. Halftime show is already won. Here comes Kira and misses the damage. Nano boost on Genji. Min low X strike. Mosh pit, baby. But the kill against Lucio. The best mosh pit in the world doesn't help if you cannot connect enough damage, and Dansky is just ripping them a new one as he is jumping into that backline, trying to chase down Liming as well. Alora attempting to escape, but that's another kill, and this is not looking good for the blue team. Not only are they losing the fight over here, they might just lose the objective because of it, and that's not all. They are losing top lane control as the entire wall is taken apart, and even the keep might take some damage here. You look over to the shield and you quickly realize that we are talking about nearly 100% shield immortal that's gonna pop down onto the map now for the Elephants. They are looking strong, and they might try to end the game here because they are also gonna grab a level 16 talent advantage for this particular push. Now, they actually focus at the bottom. It's very likely going to be a play where they get both of the keeps. They're posturing bot side, and for the donk... Oh my god, I mean, that makes it worse. Samuro getting taken down, just the worst possible moment in time. Glorung flashbacks right here. But this is more... I mean, they're trying to defend at the top as the core gets attacked, but honestly, there are no good decisions left anymore here. You simply have to defend at too many sides. This is a two-pronged attack, and it's more or less a checkmate move. The shield is down and the core is losing hit points. The keep at the top is getting attacked by the Immortal and is about to go down too. And of course, this is going to be the end. So we will have a 2-0 in this exhibition match for the Elephants. GG and well played as the red team locks in another victory. Well done. Okay, everybody, let's go! Donkeys against elephants, and we are realizing the meme dream over here, as you can see from the draft, and also the map is kind of interesting. So we are on Garden of Terror, also known Tomb of the Garden Curse, and we're heading straight into this. And, well, we got on the left side, Banana Age on Uther, Cattle on Diablo, Sammy, aka Ty on Abatha, Aurora on Lunara, and Jay Shifts on Diva. But yeah, the real meme part of this game is happening on the right side. We got Meno on Zagara, Kid on Zarya, Kyoja on Illidan, which can be a bit terrifying to be honest. We got Hebi on Brightwing and Dansky on Sylvana. So they pretty much play this without a real tank. Now obviously you still have that Zarya and Illidan combo all the way up at the front, but the interesting part will be Meno and Zagara here as well. So they're definitely memeing around a little bit hard. Obviously they've already won 2 games, so that also answers the question that we had in game number 2. In these exhibition matches, all 3 maps are played no matter what the score. So since they already have a 2-0 lead over their opponent, I guess that they just said, alright boys, let's make this a little bit more interesting and pick a couple of heroes that we normally wouldn't go for right now. Again, if you tuned in late, once more, the quick note that we have all these matches played out on the North American server, which means that our Korean player over here and also the Europeans are playing with a ping disadvantage. Usually their ping will be between 120 and 140 roughly, which is actually quite impactful. Sylvana's all the way up at the top is dying, and so does Uther. Alrighty, Uther is down. And can they maybe get another kill? No, apparently not. There we go. Down to the bottom of the map, we got Kyoja already running rampant. And it should be a fun one. I mean, we go for the unending hatred on level 1, which is pretty much a feeling that you experience if you play too much quick match. So, it kind of applies to Storm League too, but if you ever want to experience unending hatred, then just like play those 2 game modes for a couple of days and you know exactly what Illidan is all about and why the guy is so mad. But right now they're trying to go for Dibbles at this point, who gets a bit of an Abatha assist, but not really too much to help him out here. Main in the meantime is going for the Corpse Feeder. And now Diablo and stealing the camp away. Those bastards, look at that. Yeah, stealing that easy peasy. Nicely done, good timing. Brightwing has also up at the top started to help out a little bit and grab this one as well. But I want to keep my eye a little bit on Meno, honestly, because Zagara, let's face it, Zagara can be a very fun hero to play, but she's not really great. Obviously, if you're just like memeing around in quick match, then you can pretty much win with anything. It's a bit of a sad state of affair that we have in all of those game modes. But Zagara is kind of fun to play, or can at least be, but she's not really a hero that you see on the meta level picked a whole lot. Simply because she's, first of all, too squishy, especially if you have anybody on the other side that can reach you easily, a mobile assassin or something like that. And she has, in a lot of cases, just limited value compared to the alternatives that you can pick instead. But she can be kind of cool, and on a big map can be fun, so it's not a hero that I would say Mene will pick when there's really a whole lot on the line. But it's definitely going to be fun to see him try and rock that in this particular game. Top side, of course, this push enhanced by Sylvanas is doing a whole lot of work right now. And in the meantime, Illidan is pushing the bot side, where Tai is sitting pretty much alone, so the little slugger is sitting right there, just waiting for a moment where he can slap Illidan around a little bit, if it ever comes to that. But the more important part, honestly, is that as long as there's no level 10 ability for Abertha, you are operating with only 4 hit point pools in the game, and that is a bit of a problem. And this is actually exactly what the Elephants are trying to capitalize on right now. So they're trying to move in with an aggressive play, with an aggressive setup with Sylvanas, and just simply push structures while the blue team can't really defend properly. And at least so far, it's kind of working. I mean, top lane is already heavily attacked. Bot lane has seen a very similar situation. Zagara on level 4 with the envenomed spines. We got the magic spit for Brightwing, as if that thing wasn't already disgusting enough. Now it's also spitting around the entire time. There's nothing magic about that spit, by the way. Cattle already sitting tight here, and yeah, top side, I don't know what to say, but she's still fighting around. Mule is in. We got also Uther now with the Hand of Protection, and there's the Mule already dropped. So if the Elephants want the structure, they should probably try and burn it down as quickly as they can, or at least destroy the Mule. Which is kind of what they're doing here. Okay, nicely done. Good job by Zarya, getting 2 grenades connected. That takes the Mule down. Mane is still holding the middle of the map here. Had to actually jump away. Damage over time was also a bit of a concern for him. We got 9 stacks for Kyoja on Illidan as he's starting to do his thing. And, well, all the way up at the top. What are we going to get here? Yep, there we have it. Another quick invade. And that might lead to a kill against Zarya. Zarya down. Nicely done. 2 kills against 1. And Illidan is starting to jump in and help out a little bit. But, yeah, off we go. You gotta be careful here. Ooh, good wall stun. Nicely done. Great job by Cattle. Doesn't have the double stun, obviously, just yet. But they're really fighting for this camp, aren't they? And Illidan wants it. Illidan is all over the place. Starting to jump onto D.Va. Oh, this is a 4 versus 5. If you count Abertha, Illidan comes in. Kyoja bringing all that Korean skill to play. But that wall stun of Cattle was fantastic. Now, we also have D.Va eliminated. Cattle is still alive, but Brightwing is doing what she can. Polymorph, and there's another kill. Illidan, look at that. The blind guy bullying the Lord of Terror. Nicely done. Yeah, here in Tomb of the Garden Curse, we actually have now the second tribute spawning. The second seed spawning. So that they can summon the web weavers. Garden Terrors. Garden Terrors. My bad. Thank you, Blizzard. And yeah, the lead has gone, in experience at least, over to the donkeys. So they have half a level until 10, but that doesn't change the fact that they are likely going to lose that fort finally with Brightwing now jumping in. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so down at the bottom of the map, a little bit of a shift as Zagara has now taken to the bot lane. I'm actually also a little bit surprised. Splintered Spear. Okay. Oh, no! Abby! No! The Slugger gets taken down. Great job by Mene, providing vision, getting the auto attacks in. And that was just something where Tai didn't really pay enough attention. We got the level 10 abilities in, and that gives us the Divine Shield. That finally gives us the Ultimate Evolution. We got the Leaping Strike in too. And Zagara is obviously capitalizing on the fact that she's all alone up at the bot lane. And J-Shifts has to rotate in to deal with it. But yeah, this could be a fun one. I mean, all eyes on Kyoja at this point, obviously. Mene going straight into the Devouring Maw, which is pretty much the standard that you see in normal games. Of course, things are a little bit different if you play Brawls, as counterintuitive as it might seem at first, but in Brawls you want to go always for Nidus, which is where we see Zagara actually the most. But here comes the next big fight, And there's an opportunity for Illidan to dominate again. The stun from Uther is already out, though. Needs to be a little bit careful that Diablo doesn't get the angle for another wall stun, or Kyoja might be in trouble. There's the Maw, catches 2, and that gives Illidan a lot of space in the backline to do some damage. And Dibbles is in trouble as well. Yeah, they try to go for another kill, and Diablo is down. A lot of terror on my ass. Nothing terrifying about him here. He gets crushed around like a puppy over here. Yep, not a lot happening in this case. But now that we have 18 stacks already for Illidan, he's starting to gain a little bit more momentum with all of that damage. Topside forward, as we said earlier, has been eliminated, and you can guess what's happening at the bottom of the map right now. With this push coming through and Sylvanas just doing her job, this is going to be another one. Illidan is done with his quest, so that puts him right now at 40 extra damage. Obviously to be continued. But this could become now spicy. As the map opens up, Illidan becomes stronger. Illidan is a hero that scales into the late game anyways. Gets the shield here, and Lunara is all of a sudden sitting in that spot and saying like, mistakes were made, baby. So she's trying to get away. Got a bit of an Abathur assist that helped her to escape. But this is very much looking like game 1 and game 2, where the Elephants have taken serious leads. Now they might not be heavily ahead in experience, but you look at the minimap and history repeats itself. We have 2 forwards down, and actually pretty decent vision from Mene and his creep that he spread on the map. We're not talking Jaedong level here, but it's not too horrible. And the donkeys, they seem to be falling behind a little bit in clearing the creep tumor. They need the janitor. If they had Leo here, I tell you, he would just clean that shit up in no time. There's a reason that guy got a janitor skin. And, well, of course, rumor has it that the only reason why Blizzard released the janitor is because they needed the janitor's closet for the rest of the Heroes of the Storm development team. But that has been unconfirmed until today, so we don't know 100%. But, well, for now we got the 13 talent in for the donkeys. But, of course, it also is going to pop in any second now for the elephants. So, let's see if they can get that through. Fight is coming in. 2 seats, by the way, on each side right now. And here we go, it's Hydra time. Hydralisk Transfusion is in. We got the Soma Transference as well. And Illidan now coming through with the Elusive Strike on level 13. Okay, it is gonna... I mean, honestly, I'm a little bit terrified of what Kyoja can do with Illidan over here. Just imagine if they would have gotten Abathur. He would murder. But as it stands, the map is wide open, and that is where Illidan thrives. And Zagara, with the push power that she brings to the table, if she can just stay on the side lane and stay far away from those team fights, well, at least initially, that would be fantastic. Now, of course, as we're having more and more of these objective spawns, you want Zagara in the thick of things and really provide that, that maw that really helps you then to set something up. But they are actually letting this one happen. There's the Gather, and now we have the Web Weavers, the Garden Terrors, coming through. Okay, so let's actually see how much this can... Mene! Yeah, he's dead. Zagara is down, got the Maw through. Can they maybe get something done at least against D.Va? Nope! Explosion, Illidan! That hit hard, and he's down as well. Yeah. The donkeys are bullying the blind man over here. Yeah. Where's that Medicoil for all when you need it? Unbelievable. The guy is blind and has a problem, and they just don't care and drop him anyways. Same is also happening to Zarya. Damn, they're getting aggressive all of a sudden. Look at these boys. They're actually starting to clean house. Dansky, hello? Okay. He quickly showed Laura who's what's what over here. Who's boss in that scenario. Jumped on the wave and started to take them out. That was not bad, my friend. 6 kills to 6 kills, but look at that lead in experience. Despite the structural position that we have on the map in favor of the elephants, they are falling behind in experience. And with that level 16 talent, now we're talking. That's actually a big lead. That's a lead that you can use to establish a bit more of a presence on the map here. So me likey. And let's see what they can actually pull off with that. Now, again, our focus is going to be on Illidan. He's currently at 46 auto attack damage that he can bring in here, which is neat, but not too crazy. Obviously going to try and work on that a little bit more. But let's see where we're going to get with that. There's only 1 fort left in the middle, and thanks to Abathur, they can slowly start to mule it up too. So there's at least that. But I'm a bit curious to see where this is headed, because with that 16 advantage, you can take map control for now. I can really help you here. Dibbles also has domination at this point, which is also highly important. If you want to control Illidan and get the double wall stun through, that would be the dream. And in this case, it didn't quite work out. Here comes also Zarya, straight in with a shield. Sylvanas is at the bot lane, so you have to be a bit careful around this. And Zarya is also getting slightly pressured, but she's still fine. Khaldor comes in again, and he's looking for these wall stuns. You can really tell. 16 talents are already for both teams. But if Khaldor gets at some point in one of those close quarter engagements a double wall stun through against Illidan, then they can pop him like a pimple. And that's exactly what they're looking for here. But as the game just continues slowly, there's still a camp pushing at the top. They're getting ready at the bottom. There is, of course, also the fact that the Elephants have now to defend the top tribute, seed, whatever, because it would be the third one for the Donkeys. But they're also trying to take another structure down, and the rotation of the Donkeys is just a little bit too slow. So this thing is taken down. Now, the problem is that Sylvanas dies, and that's pretty much a guaranteed objective for them. Illidan! Oh, Meta's out! Tries to get the heal with the auto attacks! Illidan! And he escapes. I don't really think they want to continue that fight, and in comes Diablo with a wall stun, so this seems more and more like the objective is going to end up in the hands of the Donkeys. But they're still fighting for it. Zarya is a little bit low, gets wall stunned again. Great job by Khaldor, great angle. And Kyoja is all of a sudden realizing that he should probably get out of here too, but I don't really think he can. Nah, he's gonna fall as well. So that's kill after kill after kill coming in, and another one falling. And things are exciting. Oh my god, Brightwing also going down. They're killing everything over here. Well done. I mean, the Illidan kill was important after Zarya was taken down, and Brightwing then, of course, is just the cherry on top of it. Now we have the objective taken, and the bot lane is already getting pushed aggressively with the Donkeys pressuring the fort very, very heavily here. And that will be a pretty hefty structural loss for them. And they're 1.5 levels behind. I mean, the gap is widening. The gap is actually widening over here. So it's kind of tricky. Mid lane, pressure is now also mounting up. So let's see how many of those forts they can take down. The one at the bottom is already gone. I mean, the dream would be keep, right? But I don't know if they can pull that one off. They might just. I mean, that Garden Terror is on pretty good HP still. So let's see if they can burn this one down. Without the help of Zagara, I don't really think so. I think this keep is gone. Now, it's a bit of a meme draft anyways, as we already discussed initially when we're heading into the game. But let's see if the Elephants can turn this. They had the lead, at least at first, when it came to structures. Now they're falling behind. They still were able to save the fort in the middle of the map, but up at the top, this one is likely going to get dropped too. There's a big minion wave coming in. Abathur can help out a little bit. The rest of the blue team has rotated into the middle to take the last or the next fort as well. But Illidan is still fighting this out. Khaldor gets the wall stun against Kyoja. Nice. They're trying to follow. D.Va in this case. Okay, gets the unstoppable frames, but that doesn't really help you to escape. And this could be a problem. Divine Shield comes out. There's the Maw. Catches 2. And they want to fight. They want to fight this one. Mane comes in. They're going for Dibbles. Great combo by Khaldor. Great play by him. Another wall stun. Illidan is down. And so might be the hopes on dreams of the Elephants to take this with a 3-0. They are moving in again. 13 kills, 2-7, and with level 20 ready, the moves through the bottom of the map as the Donkeys are looking for victory. They're going to make a core play here. Sylvanas is the only real damage dealer that is still in the game. Brightwing is not going to do anything here, and this is looking like it's going to be a win for the blue team. At least closing the gap a little bit. Granted, only happens with the meme draft on the red team side, with a 2-0 advantage already, but still counts. And yeah, nicely done. Especially Khaldor with a couple of fantastic wall stuns that he brought through. Banana with some nice plays. And this is a victory on Garden of Terror for the Donkeys. Nicely done. And that ends the first exhibition match for the CCL here. GG and well done.